Have you ever woken up with the feeling that your entire life was a lie and that the person sleeping next to you was living a double life? I have. And that was the moment I realized I would never be the same again. My ex-wife, the woman I completely disappeared from, is now trying to track me down. I don't fully understand why I'm writing this. Maybe now that everything is finally behind me and I've moved on, this story might help someone else. This isn't a story about revenge. It's a story about betrayal, escape, and how sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away and never look back. I'm 30 years old. I found out that my wife, also 30, the woman I had been married to for just over 3 years, was having an affair. I worked a contract job that occasionally required frequent business trips, but it also allowed me to work from home. Whenever I came back, I tried to be present and spend time with her. My wife had a well-paid position as a director of technical sales. At the time, I genuinely believed we had a strong and healthy marriage. But slowly, things became more strained because of my travel and her increasingly long workdays. Some background. I met her, now my ex-wife, about 5 years ago at a barbecue hosted by a mutual friend. We started talking and instantly felt chemistry. Honestly, I thought I was incredibly lucky to be with such a beautiful, intelligent woman. For some reason, she really liked my blunt, slightly rough personality. When we started dating, within weeks we couldn't get enough of each other. Every time we were alone, our clothes were off within seconds. About a year and a half later, we got married and moved into a bigger apartment, saving up to buy a house. But after the first couple of years, things began to change. I was still crazy about her, but she started picking fights over small things. She got irritated whenever I brought up how late she stayed at work or how often she went to corporate events. She said it was the price of success and climbing the career ladder. She told me I had no right to complain because I was gone so often. I offered to reduce my trips, and at that point I was only traveling for 3 or 4 days about once a month. Still, the arguments never stopped. Looking back now, I realize I had absolutely no idea my wife was already involved in an affair. I never would have suspected her if not for her constant late nights and our slowly dying intimacy. I blamed it on stress and exhaustion, but the constant rejection destroyed my confidence. I never saw secret messages like you read about online, but I suspect she used her work phone. She spent more and more time in the spare bedroom she used as a home office. About 6 months before everything fell apart, she started coming home from work and then heading straight back out to work events in the evenings. First once a week, then twice, then 3 times or more. I'm not a jealous person, but it was impossible not to notice. I knew there were a lot of men around her at work, especially managers. She always claimed she was only focused on her career. My first real suspicion came about a month before what I now call day X. She stopped by the grocery store on her way home and asked me to help with the bags. As I was unloading the trunk, I noticed something pink and shiny under the passenger seat. It was her bra. I recognized it instantly. She always bought the same brand. Looking back, that was the first real warning sign. She always took her bra off the moment she got home. I couldn't understand why it was in her car. I didn't say anything. I left it there. I felt sick. My heart was pounding when I walked back into the kitchen. She asked if I was okay because I looked like I'd seen a ghost. I brushed it off and said I was tired. That night and the following day, I tried my hardest not to show anger or disappointment. Inside, I was falling apart. I decided I needed to know the truth. I had no real proof, just that moment. I replayed every detail I had ignored before. Trying to save what we had, I decided to give her more attention. One Friday after work, I cooked a nice dinner, set the table, bought good wine and flowers. When she got home, I showed her everything. She smiled sadly and apologized, saying she already had plans to meet coworkers at a bar. She offered tea quickly but went to take a shower first. Something inside me snapped. While she was in the shower, I took my work phone and hid it in the back seat of her car so I could track her location. Then I threw the dinner and flowers in the trash. When she came out, dressed and looking perfect, I told her not to worry about dinner and to just go. She asked if I was angry. I told her I was hurt, that she never wanted to spend time together. She got defensive, called me childish, and mocked my temper. I told her I was stupid for thinking she'd want one evening with me. She smirked and walked out, Slamming the door, I started tracking her phone. She was at the bar. About an hour later, I saw her walk out with a man, one of her managers. He hugged her, pulled her close, and kissed her. My body went numb. They got into another car and drove off. I followed them. 10 minutes later, they stopped at a hotel. I had seen enough. Before I continue, let me say this. If you're watching this and feel like something similar could happen or already has, support this video with a like and subscribe to the channel. We share real stories about betrayal, self-respect, and the hardest decisions people ever make. It helps the channel grow and reminds you that you're not alone. Now let's continue. Something inside me broke that night. I don't know if I passed out or just disconnected from reality. When I came back to myself, I just started driving. I ended up on the outskirts of the city, replaying everything, crying from rage. Dozens of miles from home, I found a small bar and ordered a drink. That's where I met a man named Ray. Somehow the whole story came pouring out. He listened and told me that sometimes things like this happen for a reason and that my life could either collapse or improve, depending on what I chose next. He offered me a place to stay, an old trailer on his land. It sounded crazy, but it also felt like relief. A few days later, I went to see it. The trailer was livable. The land was beautiful, trees, mountains, silence. I bought it for almost nothing and started secretly moving my things while my wife was at work. I didn't confront her. I didn't demand a confession. I just left. When she went on a business trip, I took the rest of my belongings, left my wedding ring on the table, and wrote one sentence on a piece of paper. I hope it was worth it. After that came the messages, the calls, the denial. A week later, she finally admitted it. She called it a mistake. But mistakes don't last months. I never replied. I changed my number. We divorced. Time passed. I started running again, breathing mountain air, living simply. I met another woman but didn't rush anything. I lived for myself. Months later, my ex found me. She cried, apologized, said she would always love me. I listened and realized there was no way back. She destroyed everything herself. Her last message said she was moving to another state and wanted me to go with her. I refused. Today, I'm calm. I live my life without looking back. And I no longer allow people into it who already showed me who they really are. Betrayal isn't a mistake. It's a choice. And everyone who goes through it has the right to walk away and start over. If this story resonated with you, write in the comments what you would have done in my place. Make sure to watch our previous video, it's on screen right now. And don't forget to subscribe if you appreciate honest, raw stories like this. Take care of yourself, choose yourself, and live your best life.